the U.S. Energy Secretary has repeated the administration's assertion that the disruption to energy prices is short-term for a long-term gain.
All of our military assets right now are focused on destroying Iran's ability to wage war and terrorize the neighborhood. When we can afford some additional assets to move tankers through the Straits of Hormuz, we will do that. That's coming.
More ships were struck in the Strait overnight. The tankers on fire in the port of Oman. Add it all up. Are we in the midst of a severe global oil crisis, Secretary?
We're in the midst of a significant disruption in the short term to fix the security of energy flow for the long term.
Iran just said that the world should be ready for oil at $200 a barrel. You don't agree with Iran on anything, but do you agree that people need to be prepared for that?
We're going through short-term energy disruption for just huge long-term gain. You're seeing Iran's behavior.
Could
They're
that
attacking
hit? Could
every
short-term
country in the
mean
region.
$200 a barrel?
I would say unlikely, but we are focused on the military operation and solving a problem. I'm not going to guess on short-term trading. That's based on psychology more than flows of oil. The world is very well supplied with oil right now.
我操！赶紧走！打起来了！我操！我靠！战斗机直接打了！我操！直接战斗机！我靠！战斗机从头上飞过去，直接炸了！我操！
Oil tankers are on fire right now in the Persian Gulf off the coast of Iraq. 25 crew members had to be rescued from 2 vessels, according to the Director General of the Iraqi Ports Company. Now, from these videos, which are absolutely stunning, you can see the oil, it appears to be on fire in the water, the likely result of an oil spill, as Trump has just declared victory in this war.
根据 CNN 的报道，伊朗方面已经公开的承认发动这一起的袭击。伊朗官方就说他们是利用水下无人机发动攻击，成功炸毁了2艘位在波斯湾的油轮。而伊拉克初步的调查显示，这可能是一艘装满炸药的伊朗船只撞击了这2艘的油轮。目前相关的调查工作持续进行当中。
سلام خوبی امیر
Two days ago, you were in Tehran. You saw they targeted oil reserves, and they just sent smokes into the air. That smoke was poisonous, and we had this poisonous rain, and everyone understands that this is a sort of ecocide. This is a crime against environment. That's why many people believe that this is not only war crime and crime against humanity. This is genocide because they are targeting every Iranian citizen.
Right now from the official sources mainly, which is the Iranian authorities. So given what is at risk right now, the oil storage facilities, the refineries that have been struck, triggering fires, serious air quality concerns, that is definitely a good idea. It always depends on the exact location where you are, obviously, the wind direction and all these factors, but the overall advice is absolutely valid.
About the impact of these attacks on civilians' right to health, as well as on the environment.
Sources say that Iran has begun laying mines along the Strait of Hormuz, which is, of course, one of the world's busiest and most important shipping corridors, particularly for oil. President Donald Trump says that the U.S. has already destroyed 10 Iranian mine-laying boats. About 1/5 of all crude oil travels through the strait. The war has now effectively closed that waterway.
President Trump fully expected the rogue Iranian regime to try and disrupt the global markets. That's why President Trump and his energy team have been planning for this long before the strike and have moved quickly to address these temporary disruptions. Thus far, the Trump administration has offered political risk insurance to tankers operating in the Gulf. The president and his energy team are closely watching the markets, speaking with industry leaders, and the U.S. military is drawing up additional options following the president's directive to continue keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. I will not broadcast what those options look like, but just know the president is not afraid to use them. Rest assured to the American people, the recent increase in oil and gas prices is temporary, and this operation will result in lower gas prices in the long term. Once the national security objectives of Operation Epic Fury are fully achieved, Americans will see oil and gas prices drop rapidly, potentially even lower than they were prior to the start of the operation. And we will live in a world where Iran can no longer threaten the United States or our allies with a nuclear bomb.
Can you explain why the Energy Secretary posted and then appeared to have deleted a post on X saying that the U.S. Navy escorted an oil tanker through the Strait of Hormuz?
Yes, I was made aware of this post. I haven't had a chance to talk to the Energy Secretary about it directly. However, I know the post was taken down pretty quickly, and I can confirm that the U.S. Navy has not escorted a tanker or a vessel at this time, though, of course, that's an option the president has said he will absolutely utilize if and when necessary at the appropriate time.
ناینی با تاکید بر اینکه نیروهای مسلح ایران اجازه صادرات 1 لیتر نفت از منطقه را تا اطلاع ثانوی به طرف متخاصم و شرکایش نمیدهد گفت چرا به مردم آمریکا حقیقت را نمیگویید که همه زیرساخت‌های نظامی آمریکا در منطقه خلیج فارس نابود شده است.
We want to keep it that way as we continue Operation Epic Fury. We're also focused on keeping energy and oil flowing to the world. And I will not allow a terrorist regime to hold the world hostage and attempt to stop the globe's oil supply. And if Iran does anything to do that, they'll get hit at a much, much harder level. I will take out those targets that were easy and that I mentioned just before. We'll take them out so quickly, they'll never be able to recover, ever.